What's up, YouTube? It's FitzBro, and welcome to my civilization overview for the Order of the Dragon, the variant of the Holy Roman Empire from the vanilla civilizations. If you like the regular HRE, you're going to love the Gilded Empire. I know my brother Fitzy here is probably going to be spamming some Gilded Spearmen. And, well, what do you need to know about them? Their units are just stronger. They cost a little more, but they pack a stronger punch. And even their villagers are chads. They gather better than your typical villager. They don't need no stinking prelate. Let's take a second and look at their tech tree, because I really like how they said this. The Order of the Dragon is established by the hand-picked wealthy elites to crush hostile forces, investing large amounts of resources into training only a few exceptional warriors. So this is for those refined warriors out there in the battlefield. The order succeeds in raising an elite armor. So a few things: their villagers gather 25% quicker and construct buildings 20% faster, but also cost more than train. So that's why you don't see a prelate. They're just base, stronger, better villagers, the true Giga Chad villager. They've got unique technologies, which we'll go through. They've got their emplacement technologies are cheaper. They've got outposts at increased range. Villagers get carry 40% more resources than other civs. And the emergency repairs, you're used to seeing that. And yeah, a bunch of other things. So let's start looking at their unit roster for you, okay? Now, your age ups are going to be just like what you're used to seeing. Look, the blacksmith technology is cheaper. It's what you're used to seeing. Aachen Chapel inspires dragon villagers in a large radius, increases their gather rate by 10%. Obviously, you can't garrison a prelate inside of here because you don't have a prelate. So we'll slap that down. I threw a dock down just to show you, their typical stuff. You got your fire station and everything else pretty typical here on water. But let's look at some of these upgrades, okay? So now we've got the Gilded Man Arms. Look at their beautiful golden shield. So you can see the stats of a few of these units. Look at this. 3/3 armor, 14 base attack. Looking at this, this is an age 2 unit, right? Let me upgrade this Spearman to an age 2. Okay, so you've got 1 armor here for your melee armor. You can see 12 base plus 40 versus cav. Okay, so it's like your typical man arms or spearman, but just stronger. And there's some unique text. Check this one out. Dragonfire. Gilded spearman torches deal area of effect damage. That is right. Area of effect on their torches. Pretty crazy for their spearmen. So you're going to get that upgrade. Looking at the Minework Palace, you've got the Golden Cuirass Gilded Men at Arms who fall below 20% health, take 20% less damage. A very strange upgrade, in my opinion, because if they're almost dead, they're probably getting killed anyways if they're low in health, like if they're getting shot by next volley of crossbows, but we'll see. The Zornhau Gilded Landsknechte equip a halberd weapon that wounds enemies. When struck by this, it does bleed damage, so damage over time that lasts for 10 seconds. So we'll show you that when we pop into the next age. And then you've got Bodkin Bolts. Gilded Crossbow deal plus 10 damage against siege units. So your crossbows can take out siege units. So pretty cool. Okay, let's go up to the next age. You've got a barracks, typical, right? The Burgrave Palace or the Ragnar's Cathedral generates gold while garrisoned. So this is basically the same that you know and love from the base HRE. I'll throw down a stable and archer range just so you can show them everything. Okay, so there's all your typical options, right? But let's make some of those fun Landsknechte. Look at they've got the biggest feather in the game. Check that out. I don't know, the French man arms have a big feather on their hat, but look at these. These are definitely got to be the coolest ones. Okay, so you can get this upgrade, and look at this. Now they've got this giant weapon. Look at that. It does huge sweeping damage. Wait till you guys see this on the battlefield. It is just freaking amazing. So, they already had cracked infantry. These are even stronger. And as you can see, not the speediest crew in the world, right? We don't have any speed upgrades. There's no marching orders that you can get because these things pack a punch. When I've played against them, I just made a ton of archers and just kited. I just was kiting, running, shooting, kiting. They got a lot of armor, but you can outrun them all day long. So be aware that when you play the Civ, they definitely don't excel in speed, at least if you're going to choose their infantry. Okay, you've got the Gilded Knight, you've got your Gilded Horsemen, so there you go. It's just the horsemen you know and love, the knight you know and love, but they've got cool golden armor, and look at that. He's got, you know what these remind me of? Did any of you ever have that like Fisher Price like castle growing up, and you had like the knights with these like elaborate shields and stuff? Like that is what these things look like. That is straight out of Fisher Price right there. Let me know if you didn't grow up with one of those. You were neglected in your childhood. I'll tell you that. It's definitely was Pog. So there's your knights and your horsemen. Archer range, here's some of your gilded units. You've got the gilded archer. Ranged infantry with good armor versus unarmored and increased, or good damage versus unarmored, increased fire rates in a longer weapon range than standard archer. So, you know, stats are just going to be essentially a archer but better. Gilded crossbow, increased range, exceptionally high damage against armored units. And then your dragon hand cannoneer. Let's go ahead and get that, and we'll go to the next age. You got your typical upgrades here. Palace of Swabia, right? There you go. Let's take a look at that. We'll grab that. Blacksmith, nothing new there, really. It's just kind of different techs at the Minework Palace. You can see, actually here, of course, in the Castle Age, you can train a prelate, right? Because you do have some way to pick up those relics, but you'll notice this thing can pick up relic, convert, and capture, but you're not going to see them sitting here dishing out inspiration. This is just like your standard monk, shall we say. And I can build a monastery there from the Castle Age so you can see that. Okay, so there's our monastery. Now, you can get your Inspired Warriors upgrade, okay? Prelates can inspire military. Same thing as the HRE have. So if I get that, now you can see they're going to be inspiring these units and making them even stronger. Let's go over to Archer range. We'll grab some of those hand cannoneers. Now, there is another unique tech. Check this out. Dragon Scale Leather increases the ranged armor of gilded archers by +3. Okay, so that's a lot of ranged armor for these archers. Let's get other upgrades so you can see this. Look at this. So hold on, I didn't get my blacksmith techs. Let's get a blacksmith techs. There we go. There we got all those. There we go. Now look at this. We got +6 ranged armor. This thing is practically like a Malian javelin thrower, right? These things have so much armor. Let's look at our siege workshop because we don't want to forget that. There you go. And these are just going to be your standard siege units. These do not have extra abilities because it'd be kind of OP if you had just like a stronger culverin and a stronger bombard, etc. So these are going to be the same as usual. There's that bodkin bolts we talked about earlier. Gilded crossbowmen deal +10 damage versus siege. So I'll show you the stats on these as we're... Now, I didn't get the university tech, so let's show you that for the archer as well. Look how slow they are, by the way. They just feel like they're crawling. Like I mentioned, if you got speedy units, you're going to outrun this civ all day long. Okay, I'll go ahead and get all our standard upgrades at the university. Okay, check out the crossbow stats. Okay, so they have 26 crossbow damage, additional 20 versus heavy, right? Get siege a +10 because I got that upgrade. So there's gonna be the stat on your late game crossbow. There's your late game hand cannoneer. We even got them inspired right now, so you can see that. You can see the 52 hand cannon damage they're going to do. And basically, guys, that's what you need to know about the Order of the Dragon. They've got units, they're just a bit stronger, so you need a smaller army, but it's going to be more expensive. You want to take care to keep those units alive. But I think if you enjoyed the base HRE, you're probably going to enjoy this civilization as well. I hope you enjoyed the civilization overview. I've got one of each civilization on the channel, so check it out. Make sure you subscribe, leave me a comment, thumbs up. It helps me out. And I'll be making build order guides as I can in my Discord. You'll see links to all of the civilizations. I will be adding those over time as they come out. And this Saturday, the HRE master himself, Beastie Cutie, will be playing in my show match. The Sultan Smackdown is going to be happening Saturday between Beastie Cutie and Puppy Paw. It's going to be amazing. Play L7. You're going to see all these civilizations in action. So hope you tune in for my Twitch live stream of that, twitch.tv/FitzBro, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.